you're saying China without Asia, without its trading partners that it's been working with for many, many years, it won't be where it is today. It is China's responsibility. China owes it to the trading partners in the region to lift up their growth now. So is the future of Asia sort of in the hands of China?
Ladies and gentlemen, to these ends, Vietnam proposes two ideas. One, to establish an Asia Innovation Network to make full use of the World Economic Forum and China's leadership in linking research institutes, universities, and businesses. Two, to create an Asia Innovation Information Portal as an online platform to provide concrete and effective support to SMEs, startups, and the young generation. Vietnam stands ready to be part of these ideas and look forward to the World Economic Forum, China and other countries to also be part of this journey together to make these initiatives possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we are confident that given the solidarity, sense of responsibility, trust, hope, determination, strong action, the Asian century shall bring us not challenges, but opportunities instead to build a bright future, the one that is taking shape and bring about peace, cooperation, and development in the region and the world. I wish you good health, happiness, and many success. Thank you very much.
And Prime Minister, I really liked your opening remarks, and especially towards the end where you suggested Asia's innovation initiative that is led by China. I think I remember that. Do you think because of the Trump administration's challenges and Asia's economic model being challenged, that it would drive a lot of these Asian countries toward China, just as you sort of insinuated in your opening remarks?
Thank you for your question, but it is very hard to answer. Very good question, very hard to answer. I think we have spent a lot of effort to establish a world tariff order grounded in WTO rules. Recently, the Trump administration's tariff have created a pressure and challenges for many countries, including Asian countries, because tax and tariff policies also affect the interest of producers, countries, manufacturers, businesses. But I think that we are growing more used to risk, more used to instabilities in the world over the past years. Let's take COVID-19, or climate change, or cybersecurity, as is prevalent today. These issues can arise at any time without warning, and we should be ready to receive them, because in life there is joy just as there is sadness. There is happiness just as there is misfortune. In the short term, I think we need to stay strong. We need to persevere with our target, our goal of development for peace, cooperation, and development, for happiness and well-being for our citizens, for social progress and equality, to leave no one behind. That should be our compass to address arising challenges. So I believe there are risks. But on top of that, there are also opportunities. We have an opportunity to look at ourselves, to look at how the world is evolving, to look at how we should restructure our economy, to build the quality of our economy, our competitiveness, and to have a reactiveness given external shocks. So these are the challenges, the opportunities. And with that in mind, the greater the pressure, the more we have to put in the effort. That is my thought. I think that every country has their own independence, their own sovereignty, and to build an independent, self-reliant economy that is deeply engaged in international integration, that should be the trend of the world today. With China, we can see that China is a major power. It is growing very quickly, as we can see. China, of course, is not without its own issues. It is not without competition. It has competitions with the US, and the other way around is also true. But all countries, I think, are intelligent, and they can make the choices in a way that can best make use of one side and the other, to address one issue without spoiling another, to win one's heart without losing another's. That is solidarity. That is done through upholding multilateralism, to uphold the core value of each nation. That has been the success of countries in Asia. And when we build this, there has to be leaders, there has to be a locomotive, there should be an engine, and there has to be sacrifices too. And I think that countries will choose the right way in a manner that would benefit their country, benefit the region, benefit Asia, and benefit our world, so that we can have a better life, we can love each other more, and we would have, that would be the value brought about by international cooperation to each and every of us, to bring better material and spiritual enjoyment to all of us. I think that is a choice we'll all make.
Are you in communication with the Trump administration regarding tariffs? Are you talking to them? Do you have plans to meet? Any Zoom meetings that you have?
Tôi vẫn đang đối thoại.
We are still keeping in contact with the Trump administration, and not just now. We have always been in contact and communication with the Trump administration because the US and Vietnam share a profound history that is unique to us and not seen in any other country. For example, we had a war that lasted for 30 years and an embargo that also lasted for 30 years. So it's impossible for us not to remain in contact, but our contact and our communication is aimed at positivity, and we are looking at things in a positive attitude so that we could move forward and we could develop. So we remain in close contact, frequent contact with the Trump administration and the US, and our aim in their communication is to bring about peace and cooperation and development, as well as social progress for humankind, for the region, and social welfare, so that we do not leave anyone behind. Therefore, the contact and the communication between us and the Trump administration is frequent. And after the event on the 2nd of April, in addition to other normal activities, there is this discussion on tariffs. And we have conducted quite a few negotiations, but our spirit is that we keep our core spirit. We will not sacrifice our core values. We, of course, engage in cooperation, but we will always struggle to fight for our benefits. We need to protect our interest, but we need to make sure that it doesn't affect other countries, other people. I thank you for your interesting question. And currently, I believe that between Vietnam and the US, we share a deep understanding on tariffs, and I hope that all the positive things will come for us. And I hope that with this positivity will come positive outcomes for other countries and peoples. Thank you.
The deadline is coming. just about 2 weeks. So, okay, we'll be watching. Minister.
Tôi hy vọng là bà sẽ.
And I hope that you will see that the result will come earlier than 2 weeks.
I'm from Beijing Daily, and I also want to ask a question to Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính. I have to catch this opportunity. What's the reason attract you to attend this forum every year, and why the relations between China and Vietnam so close in recent years? Thank you.
Vâng.
Thank you for your question. First of all, I have to uphold my responsibility to the invitation sent to me by the President of the World Economic Forum and by the Premier of the People's Republic of China. And what attracts me, I'm like every other. When we come here, we get to share our ideas, we get to discuss, we get to engage in debate, and we also get to learn, we also get to share, and we also get to engage in discussion in a candid and frank way. And every time we learn more, every time we grow bolder, every time there is more value added to each of us. That is the point of attraction. As for China and its links to Asia, I think a community itself means a close link. Within a community, of course, there are those who are strong, there are those who are not so strong, and in principle, in morality, as in life, the strong should help the weak in life and in development. So back to the core of the question, I think China is a major power in area, in population. It is also the second largest economy in the world. China's development, therefore, without Asia, would not be where it is today. Without trade partners, China would not be where it is today. China alone, of course, can grow. But if China is to be where it is today, it owes to itself to Asian partners. And when China has developed, I think in every of us, there is an instinct to help your fellow man. When you have received help from so many people, you have grown stronger. Then it is your responsibility. You owe it to them to give back to those who have helped you to grow so strong. And that is a core, fundamental value of what it means to be a human being, what it means to be nations around the world. That is the value that we in Asia hold, that we are very discreet, yet we are very faithful and responsible. I hope that answers your question. If you are not satisfied, please give some more questions.
Make sure that I get this right. So you're saying China without Asia, without its trading partners that it's been working with for many, many years, it won't be where it is today. It is China's responsibility. China owes it to the trading partners in the region to lift up their growth now. So is the future of Asia sort of in the hands of China?
Tôi nghĩ là nằm trong.
I think it is in the hand of all of us, not just China. Because the world today the world is flat, and the development of this country is dependent on another country. And what has happened recently, no country can address them alone, not even the US, not even China. So there has to be cooperation. And when there is cooperation, that means no one can handle things alone and no one can decide things alone. The missions of the world, we need to stand in solidarity. Only then would we be able to ensure peace, cooperation, development, and fair competition, progress, and equality among nations. And only that way would we be able to foster growth in this world. Only then would we have peace, we have happiness, and when we come together, we would have joy to see each other. We can smile to see each other's face. That is what we gain in a forum such as we have here in Tianjin.